Back to another YouTube video, YouTube boy RIG. Today we're gonna react to why Dangerous was MJ Michael Jackson's most important album. We're gonna react to why Dangerous was Michael Jackson's most important album. This is, this is my favorite Michael album. If you guys go check out my favorite Michael Jackson album, I said it was Dangerous. Yeah, it's like a video I did years ago. This video right here, like I said, we're gonna react to why Dangerous was Michael Jackson's most important album. The Michael movie comes out in a month, and yeah, we got more Michael content. Make sure I put the link in the description and the link. Let's get right into the video.
Does your birth certificate?
Alright, we have an advertisement to start off.
Michael Jackson walked away from the legendary Quincy Jones and gambled everything on a radical new sound with Teddy Riley, injecting New Jack Swing, risking his reign as pop's king, and triggering controversy with Black or White. What forced this creative detour, and why did it matter more than any of his record-breaking albums before? Teddy Riley arrived in the studio with a toolkit built for groove. At the center sat the Akai MPC-60.
Okay, so they're gonna get into depth for the producing and stuff like that. I'm guessing, the production. So yeah.
Drum machine and sampler that let him sculpt rhythm with mathematical precision. Instead of the straight, mechanical beats that powered the 1980s pop scene, Riley programs swung 16th notes, nudging every other hit just enough to pull the groove off center. This was not random. Fan analyses estimate the swing on tracks like Jam at around 40%. A subtle but
I'm guessing that hard-hitting sound.
Unmistakable lurch that made the drums feel more human, more urgent. Layered on top, Riley stacked his own hand-played.
Y'all comment y'all favorite album. I think I've done that before. I was like, comment y'all favorite album by MJ or whatever. But let's continue.
Samples, snaps, claps, and fragments of percussion, feeding them through the MPC and tweaking each for punch. But the machines alone did not define the sound. Riley insisted on running these digital patterns through vintage analog consoles, like the SSL and Reed's boards at Larrabee Studios. These desks, prized for their warmth and punch, added a kind of grit that digital mixers of the era could not match. Tracks started as sketches on an Akai 12-track recorder, then Riley would transfer the best bits directly, keeping the raw edges intact. He avoided stock drum machine sounds, choosing instead to sample himself or twist everyday noises into new textures. Car horns, glass, even his own voice.
I heard that the honk 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 sound effect that's in Jam, and I heard that was also in the This Is It movie. During the rehearsals for Jam. Yeah, also the voice effect, I forgot how it was, but it's pretty much the song with Michael Jordan in it. But he was like talking in it. That's also in the This Is It movie too. But let's continue.
All bent to fit the pulse of New Jack Swing.
Dang, bro.
The result was a rhythmic blueprint that felt both calculated and alive. Every layer, each swung snare, every sampled accent was chosen to push Jackson's music into a future where hip-hop's bounce and R&B's richness live side by side. Riley once said, "For Dangerous, I brought R&B back." Harder, hip-hop influenced grooves. That groove started with the math of swing, but it came alive through the heat of analog gear and the intuition of a producer who treated every sound as a signature. Pressing play on 2 decades of pop, the contrast becomes undeniable. Cue up Billie Jean, and the pulse is locked. Every drum hit lands exactly on time, machine straight, with no swing or shuffle. The Lin LM1 drum machine drives the groove, each snare and kick perfectly spaced, a grid of sound that defined the 1980s. Now jump ahead to Jam. The first seconds hit different. The drums, programmed on Teddy Riley's Akai MPC-60, don't just keep time, they bend it. Fan breakdowns estimate the swing at about 40%, a subtle lurch that pulls the hi-hats and snares off the rigid grid. It's a groove that feels alive, unpredictable, almost like it's breathing. Imagine the MIDI grid side by side.
And it's overall a long track. Like, the track's like a good 6 to 8 minutes, I believe.
Left, Billie Jean shows even blocks, each transient perfectly aligned. On the right, Jam reveals staggered markers. Some hits nudge forward, others pulled back. This isn't just a technical tweak, it's a total rethink of how pop could move. The swing isn't accidental. It's programmed, measured, and then sculpted by hand. Riley's process wasn't about chasing perfection, but about chasing feel. Over 28 months in the studio, Jackson and Riley listened, adjusted, and replayed each groove until the drums made you want to move. That difference between the straight lines of the past and the swung, layered future set the stage for everything that followed on Dangerous. The sound wasn't just new for Michael Jackson. It was new for pop itself, and you could hear it from the very first beat. On November 14th, 1991, television screens in 27 countries lit up at once. More than 500 million people tuned in as Michael Jackson's black or white video exploded onto.
Yeah, and most of the songs, the music videos, right when they came out, they just broke record, went worldwide. Everyone tuned in.
MTV, Fox, BET, and the BBC. The chorus hit with a jolt. Jackson's voice.
I like the this version more. I'm guessing this is like the alternate version where he turns into like the black lion. I don't know, some cat, whatever it was. And he's like breaking the car with the. It was just the alternate version, the longer version.
Backed by staccato guitar and a drum loop, declared, "It don't matter if you're black or white." This wasn't just another pop single. The message was direct.
And overall has a message. But we're gonna probably watch like 2 to 3 more minutes of this, and then we're gonna cut this short.
Urgent, and global, landing at a moment when headlines in the United States were filled with stories of racial violence and unrest. Jackson and director John Landis didn't stop at a feel-good chorus. The video's closing minutes, the infamous Panther coda, showed Jackson alone on a darkened street, transforming into a panther, then unleashing a furious dance.
Okay, I'm over. I said a cat. It was a panther. I should have actually thought about it instead of Just let's continue.
He smashed windows tagged with racist slurs, clawed at the air, and let out a scream that seemed to echo the anger and exhaustion of black Americans in 1991.
Webster on store.
Alright, well, we know that, we have an ad right now, but we know that most of his music had a message, so therefore. But yeah, this song most importantly had a message. And a lot of, Heal the World, Black or White, Earth Song, Stranger in Moscow. I'm just naming a bunch of different ones that had big messages. This really talked about more in depth, like the beats and him in the studio, I'm guessing.
Jackson launched the Heal the World Foundation in 1992, tying the single to.
I'm just gonna skim through the rest to see. Like I said, overall, the album itself, it has a lot of 72 shows, 4 million attendees, raised 100 million. Like, though it didn't, do big like all his other projects, it's my favorite project by him. That was why Dangerous was MJ's, Michael Jackson's most important album. You guys tell me what you guys want to see next in the comments down below. I got more videos coming. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment, and Uriah out.